Periyava Sharanam. Thus spake the Paramacharya, 40 Samskaras. Devaloka, or the way to Atma Jnana. Life in this world is a mixture of both Sukham and Dukkham, that is, joy and sorrow. Some are more happy and some others have more of sorrow. Such people who smile even in difficulties, having the mind under control, are very rare. There are many who are sad though they have many things to be happy. They are not contented. The very fact that one is not contented means he is unhappy. All people and living Jivarasis would like to be happy always. There are only two things or places where a person is always blissful. One is Swarga or Devaloka and the other is Jnana or Atma Jnanam. The Upanishads say that Brahman is the embodiment of bliss or Atma Santosha. If we know that the Brahman is the Atma, it is eternal bliss, and this bliss comes out of the realization that the Sharira or the Deha is not the I, the intellect is not the I, and the mind is not the I. This is the state past all self, and it is the highest level of self-knowledge or realization of the Atma Swarupa. In the Devaloka, one enjoys joy through his senses and mind, and it is a place of joy. There are always dance, music, Kalpaka Vriksha, Kamadhenu, and it is a Ullasa Bhumi. But one who goes to Swarga or Devaloka cannot have all these, though the Devaloka is a place of complete joy. The joy that is in Devaloka or Swarga is different from the bliss of the Atma Jnani. The person who reaches Devaloka or Swarga does not stay there permanently. He can stay in Swargaloka only for a short span of time according to his punya karmas, and no one can get a permanent Swargaloka. When one exhausts his punya, he would be sent back to the earth. We read in the Puranas about some people who became Devatas by virtue of their great punya and live in Swarga forever. The same Puranas say that even the Devas, that is the gods, do not have eternal Swargavasa. The Asuras and the demon kings drove out Devendra and others from the Swargaloka. That there is eternal joy in Swarga may serve as a good hypothesis. In reality, there was no one who lived in Swarga eternally, and there was no one who was always happy. When we get joy from external things, it is Indriya Santosha. We cannot always keep the eternal things with ourselves. They may get out of our hands. The joy of Devaloka, which depends on the external objects like the Airavata, Kalpaka Vriksha, or the Kamadhenu, is not permanent. They are the Indriya Shukas that are available in the Devaloka. So, the joy of Devaloka is not permanent because it depends on external things. If one gets absorbed in his own self or Atma, without distinction of in or out, and becomes a Sthita Prajna, as explained in Gita, he gets the eternal joy. Even the joy of Indra will be like a drop in the vast ocean of Atma Santosha. The Upanishad says that we can attain this Sadananda if we are able to get rid of the Indriyas and Manas as one would remove the stalk from the stem of a plant. This requires a lot of courage or Atma Dhairyam. The Sharira or Deha is not the I, and the Shuka and Dukkha of the Sharira do not affect one. We must have great mental power to get rid of this even while living. This siddhi will come only if we get mental purity. To purify or chasten the mind, we have the karma anushtanas. In order to purify a jivan with Veda mantras, there are the karmas, and anushtanas with these mantras are the 40 samskaras. The 40 samskaras are the first step to Advaita moksha. To get Chitta Shuddhi should be the main aim and objective of the karma anushtanas. When we get to Anthakarana Shuddhi, we must do Atma Vichara and attain to Atma Sakshatkara, which will bestow eternal bliss. This is the doctrine preached by Sri Shankara Bhagavatpada. If a Jivatman does not leave his karma-anushtanas till his death, he reaches the Brahmaloka and merges with the Brahman, where Lord Brahma becomes one with the Brahman during the Maha Pralaya. The Jivan attains Advaita Siddhi. If a Jivan performs the karmas for their own sake, without any altruistic goal or lakshya like Chitta Suddhi, the Jivan can get to Devaloka. That is not a permanent one. But whatever it be, the Jivan can have some respite from the tribulations in the Bhuloka. The samskaras help a Jivan reach the Devaloka or Brahmaloka. Periyava Sharanam.